Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about dopamine detox, what it actually is, what dopamine is, how dopamine is affecting you, how high levels of stimulation are really negative, and how you can do a dopamine detox and then benefit yourself afterwards. So, a dopamine detox is time away from high stimulation and high levels of dopamine hits. So, this is taking time away from excessive scrolling on social media, excessive time binge watching shows, excessive time playing video games. It's limiting all of these factors so that your mind and bodily system gets a chance to reset its effect and its ability to take in dopamine. So what this does is it limits the amount of dopamine that is being released, so that when you come back to doing what you do on a regular basis, you therefore feel better because you've built up less of a resistance to the dopamine. You're less tolerant of it because you've had time off of it. So dopamine itself is the happy hormone. It is the hormone that makes you feel happy and stimulated. You'll get it when you see a TikTok of a dog or a puppy or a cat, whatever it is you like. When you see that and you start to smile, you start to laugh, you're like, oh, that's cute, that's a dopamine hit. Or something you find funny, a funny video you see on TikTok, another dopamine hit. Playing on your Xbox or on your video games, another dopamine hit. All of these things, they're really high in dopamine, and they're really, really negative because you're going to get such a high dopamine hit, but you're not actually achieving anything. And then when it comes to the smaller things in life that you should be feeling happy about, feeling enjoyment from and feeling grateful for, you don't feel as grateful, as happy about those things because you've built up such a resistance to dopamine. So the very small amount that's released during those things are then not as impactful in your day. So, as I said, dopamine detox is taking time away from these kinds of things. So, video games, scrolling on your phone, binge watching shows, all of those things, just taking time away from them and letting your body reset, letting your mind reset. So, excessive stimulation has got so many negative qualities and effects. So you're going to have a really, really low attention span, and this is really bad. So you're not going to be able to focus on anything for long periods of time, and this is bad about TikTok. So you might notice yourself eventually you're just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling until there's a video that actually catches you and gives you that quick hit of dopamine. But can you even then finish watching that whole video before you keep scrolling again? That's one little test to see if you actually fall for this. Do you just scroll without even watching the video until there's something that gives you a really big hit, and then you watch 5 seconds, then you go on to the next one? So you also have reduced productivity because of this lower attention span. So you're not going to be able to get around to doing as much because you won't be able to focus for longer. And you're going to have a much lower ability from high stimulation. You're going to have a much lower ability to actually enjoy the little things. So there's a story, and I don't know if this is completely true, but it's a man that heard someone playing the piano over 100 years ago would have got 10 times as much dopamine released from us now playing 10 hours of video games. So just some guy hearing someone play the piano, he would have got more dopamine, 10 times as much dopamine, than we would get from playing 10 hours of video games now. Now that is ridiculous. So shows how much more back then they enjoyed the smaller things, playing the piano and just looking around and being grateful for what you have. So dopamine detox, taking time away from your screen time, so limiting your screen time. I would aim for less than an hour a day. This is really important. And I know a lot of you are going to have really high screen times, so you're going to be struggling with, what do I fill my spare time with? Go to the gym, read a book, spend time with people that you care about, but just stay off your phone, please. If you really need to, you can go and do work on your laptop or on your computer, but keep it work related, and don't go scrolling on social media, don't go binge watching, don't play video games. Take time off it. Yeah, so an hour of screen time, keep it under there. If you really need to go on social media, but I'd say stay away from it for the whole week if you can. So it's a long period of time without any of these distractions. So you're cutting out social media, video games, binge watching shows, cutting all of those out for 7 days, keeping your screen time on your phone to a minimum. And if you need to do work and that kind of thing, do it on a laptop. And if you can't do it on your laptop, then do it on your phone. But please just keep it work related, as I've just said. So you've got to understand that this will be quite difficult. You may start to feel some form of withdrawal symptoms, as people may get with drugs or alcohol and smoking when you quit. So just put that into your mind and remember that it will be tough, but you can get through it fairly easily. It's just a few days of not going on your phone. It's not that hard. Have some discipline and you'll be fine. Okay? So get that done, get it out of the way, and you'll realise at the end of the week, once you've had this time off, you will then see how much more everything kind of shines in your life, how much better everything feels, how much more the little things make you happy. It will make you a lot better. You will go from wanting to spend hours and hours on social media, be like, oh, I want to go do something else. You could go do something else that brings this dopamine hit, but it doesn't involve you sitting on your phone and watching shows and video games and everything. So one thing I'd say is, once you finish this dopamine detox, don't just revert back to your old ways. This is a mistake a lot of people can make. You'll go straight back into what you were before, and you'll probably just reverse everything that you did on the dopamine detox within a couple of days. So just really try and stay disciplined. Either keep your hours down for all your social media and gaming to a lot lower than what they were before the dopamine detox, or completely just abstain from doing it, from going on social media, from binge watching shows, from playing video games. Just get it out. Just don't do it anymore. That's what I did, and it's a bit extreme, but for two reasons. One, it frees up your day completely. It gives you so much more time. And two, it allows you just enjoy everything so much more. So much more. So after you've kind of cut everything out and you've done your dopamine detox, you're going to be realizing, okay, so I've got all this spare time, I feel happier, all of this. Now you can choose what you want to do with all this extra time, with all this energy that you have, you're going to have a lot more, you will have a lot more energy. You're going to have a lot more kind of drive and will to do things, because the little things, they'll make you happier. So use that to take a step forward in your goals. Like, okay, I want to achieve this within my business. So I've taken my dopamine detox. Now I'm not going to spend all my time scrolling on my phone. I'm going to do this. And I feel great about that because I know I'm being productive. And that could stimulate you just as much. So just remember to take time off, come back, don't revert to your old ways, and then spend your time doing new things, achieving these new goals. But restrict yourself. Don't revert back. On the dopamine detox itself, stay away from your screen time, keep everything low, spend as much time outside as you can. That's another big thing I forgot to mention. And just stay away from your screens. Stay away from every stimulation you can. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next video.